Let's go here. Is anything showing up? Okay, so that's working. Oh, I don't have anything. I need to go capture application, audio. I need to do. Or maybe I just cancel, delete that. Yes, turn back on desktop audio capture. So that the game will get captured. That's doing that, but this isn't. That's not working. I mean, Twitch is working, but not YouTube. It says that it's streaming, but it's not streaming. Oh, here it is. Yeah, why is it not working in my studio? Twitch is working, but not YouTube. Yeah, YouTube ain't loading. Let me do pop out. Copy. It says that it's streaming, but it's not streaming. So that's fine. I don't want to crash everything. That's there. That's there. Okay. Those are both mine. If I go to me here, in OBS, I'm in OBS. Okay, so turn that on. This needs to go under this. I am just trying to get everything set up, so if anybody sees this, I kind of have to be in the how do I put it, like the where I need to mute that real quick. Sure. Okay, so that's good. Okay, and then I don't want that. I want to duplicate this. I guess this is what I want to do. And I want to do. Yeah, see my behind the screen. Let me zoom in on this so I can get a better view. But I do know what it needs to look like. No, Control Z. I don't want to screw that up. That's in the right spot. this is running correctly. Then load this up and let's see how it looks. I can almost see the chat. It's going to be tough to see if I put the chat over here, though. But let me zoom out on my OBS one more time. I'll put the chats over here as a pop-out chat. That looks good. And then that's that. Let me add an actual pop out over here. So you can see my bald ass head when I pop out chat. Put you right there. Let's go to YouTube. Let's go to me. View your channel. Pop out chat. Okay. I think we're good. There. Now let's see what it looks like. Don't worry about that. Pay attention. All right. All right. I think we're good. All right, done. All right. I did start to watch a little bit of this intro, and then I stopped and decided that I should do it on stream. This is the official starting point. I know I just did a bunch of setting and troubleshooting and all that. But it's always easier when everything's like running, is the way I kind of think about it. Anyway, let's get cooking.
An American army is fighting for
1941, a date which will live.
Note that the first atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima.
These forces met their match.
We have declared the war in Vietnam.
But we don't plan to surrender either. We are going to win.
Proportions and would lead to World War III.
Allied air forces began an attack on military targets.
Decide that in the 21st century that America...
March 5th, 2052, the United States has officially closed.
The United States will go ahead with a national quarantine. The new plague virus.
Disaster sweeping
I'm just checking how it looks. All right, looks good to me. That one looks good. Probably violating some TOS here. Not sure which one, but probably one of them. Flyer. The better Chicago. Hey, the better Chicago. You guys remember Chicago? I want to play this. I'm about to do a D&D campaign that is probably going to be in the Colorado area. I think there's a lot of interesting things with that, and I know that this game touches base on some of that. So, like, I've also never played this game. I know it's different than the first two. It's called Tactics, so I assume it's some kind of like XCOM, even though I haven't played XCOM, but like Final Fantasy Tactics.
Right here, pull over.
All right, ain't nothing in there.
Chicago. Hey, I like my hot dogs a certain way in Chicago, you know. That's for all my Chicago viewers that exist, for sure. I've seen worse. Isn't this just like Chicago now? Except for that's Detroit. That's the joke, right? Is it just looping? It's just looping, right?
War never changes.
This again? I mean,
it was the inevitable result of the path humanity had chosen. Everyone who entered into the conflict expected victory. Everyone was optimistic. But as the hostilities escalated, optimism faded, and society began to collapse. The great vaults were built to house the wealthy, the powerful, the influential, and those deemed necessary to their survival. Inside, resources and technology were stockpiled, a final defense against the coming Holocaust. With the past behind them and the present destroyed, they looked to the future. The sturdy Vault Zero was to be the nucleus of the Vault network, housing the greatest leaders, artists, and scientists. The inhabitants of Vault Zero were to reunite the vaults and lead the people to a new life, a new world. But after the bombs, the world would be a harsh one. To ensure the creation of a post-nuclear utopia, the Vault dwellers would need help. Machinery was constructed to tame a land hardened by the ravages of war, then tempered by nuclear winter. But plans were barely in place when the first missiles left the silos. During the destruction, communication between the vaults ceased. Entire vaults were lost. Those that survived were on their own. Not all vaults succumbed to the machinations of war. On North America's west coast, one group of military vault dwellers emerged almost unscathed. They surveyed the wasteland and squared their shoulders for the task ahead. These dedicated survivors salvaged the technology from the vaults. Technology that was studied, replicated, and fiercely guarded. For they knew that while their power came from numbers, their future lay in scientific knowledge. In time, they formed the Brotherhood of Steel. The Brotherhood used their knowledge to drive back the atrocities of the wasteland, proclaiming themselves the technological saviors of mankind. They scoured the land in search of more technology, raiding mutant camps, bandit towns, and the broken remains of other vaults. But even they could not keep pace with the high tolls demanded by life in the wasteland. The Brotherhood found themselves at odds with their need for new blood versus their code of technological secrecy. The debate was lengthy. Finally, the Elders ruled against sharing the technology with outsiders, convinced that they would endure as they had before. Further discussion was discouraged, and the Elders ordered the minority on a mission across the wastes. Super mutants, the foot soldiers of a conquered army, had been forced into a retreat across the mountainous barrier to the east. The Brotherhood constructed airships and dispatched the minority to track down and assess the extent of the remaining super mutant threat. But disaster struck while crossing the Great Mountains. A great storm gripped the main airship and flung it far from its course. The mighty ship was badly damaged. The smaller sections were torn from the main craft, never to be seen again. Many of the expedition's leaders were lost to the winds. The fraction of the crew that still survived struggled to keep their ship aloft before finally crashing on the outskirts of a once thriving metropolis, a city once called Chicago. Broken, scattered, and scarred, they took stock of the situation and once again squared their shoulders to the task ahead. The Brotherhood had much to offer the surrounding villages. They traded advanced medicines in exchange for food and labor. They traded protection from bandits in exchange for new recruits. In time, their ranks began to swell. Separated by distance and ideology from the main Brotherhood forces, the minority was free to forge a new Brotherhood of Steel, one that reflected the ideals they had strived for all along. However, one's future in the wasteland is never certain, for an old power has awakened, also bent on making this land its own. Life in the Brotherhood is about to change.
All right. Let's just go right into it. Let's blind jump in. Vic is not the brightest tool in the box, which is probably why he volunteered for the Brotherhood of Steel. They took him because he's handy with a gun, reasonably strong and agile. He has the potential to become a good frontline soldier. Strength 8, Perception 5, Endurance 7, Charisma 3, Intelligence 5, Agility 8, Luck 4. Snake. 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 Snake was found wandering the wasteland by Brotherhood scouts. It transpired that there had been a spate of robberies in his old village. Snake was the culprit. He had two choices: starve to death in the wasteland or have both hands removed. It turns out he has a third choice: serve the Brotherhood. 5, 6, 5, 4, 5, 9, 5. Well, this guy, look at his stats. This guy's busted. He's the easy mode. Peter trained under his father, who was a medicine man, for a small village. One day, he was out of a village gathering herbs when the raiders attacked. The village attacked the village. Holy shit, I'm having a stroke over here. And not this kind of one. Peter trained under his father, who was a medicine man, for a small village. One day, he was out of the village gathering herbs when the raiders attacked the village and wiped out his family. He now heals for the Brotherhood of Steel in the hope that they will make the raiders feel some of his pain. I didn't even see their perks. Small guns, first aid, doctor. What was the other ones? Small frame, night person, melee weapons, sneak and steal. Betty. Black Betty. Bam balam. Betty is the youngest of a family of 10. She inherited her mother's good looks and steady hand, but also her father's exceptional eyesight. She is a gifted markswoman at the range, but lacks the fast reactions needed for close-quarter combat. 4, 8, 5, 8, 6, 4, 5. Small guns, traps, outdoorsman, finesse. So I'm leaving, like, you see these clones of the... I don't know what to do in that. It's probably like every so many frames or something. Wilma's story. Wilma is the oldest of a family of 10. Are they the same family? and specializes in the martial arts. She is only a novice in most disciplines, but already knows hundreds of ways to kill a man. Coupled with an exceptionally light step, she can get in and kill when most heavier, stronger men would fail. Unarmed, melee, throwing, small frame, finesse. 8565575. I'm gonna go with Peter. I like me a good Peter. Look, good-natured. It's good Peter. What does it mean by modify? Oh, I can do the breakdown of... I don't. Doctor. Doctor? 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 Yo, he's spinning. That's all there is. Look over there. Optional trait. Good-natured, gifted. Okay. Make him green. Oh, that's pretty cool. Looks kind of like Kratos. This is it. My mouse is double clicking sometimes to like say like. Sure. Let's go with that.
Hut. All right, you mutated redneck green-skinned sacks of irradiated flesh, listen up. I am Paladin Rychek. I am in charge of training you backward maggots in the art of war and survival. In my time in the Brotherhood, I have personally trained more than 50 initiates, and I am proud to say almost 14 of them are still alive and kicking. The elders have ordered me to mold you flabby, hip-slapping, berry-picking, rat-rubbing Brahmin kissers into capable warriors. And I am going to do it, even if it kills you. I will teach you how to eat, sleep, walk, talk, shoot, spit like a Brotherhood soldier. First level of training will be recruitment detail. You'll go to the surrounding villages and see what able-bodied primates are ready for an honest life's work. It is your duty to remind the village elders that if they want continued protection from the scum of this world, they will uphold their end of the bargain by providing resources and their best and brightest for Brotherhood training. Now get your weak-kneed, superstitious, soft-skinned, uneducated butts to the armory. You will be issued basic weapons and armor. There are 3 simple rules to follow with Brotherhood equipment. If you damage your weapon, you will spend a week in the box. If you damage your armor, you will spend a week in the box. If you lose either, I'll kill you myself.
For this movie, it's like, if you do that, that's a week in a box.
And one final thing, ladies. Welcome to the Brotherhood of Steel.
Welcome to the Brotherhood of Steel.
At ease, Initiate. My name is General Barnaky. I will be giving you your orders before every mission. But before that, I'd like to personally welcome you aboard. Considering that the Brotherhood basic training attrition rate is 85%, you should be very proud of yourself. Now, on to business. 2 nights ago, raiders invaded the resource-rich tribal village of Brahmanwood. Their losses have been heavy, and they are now ready to accept the Brotherhood's conditions for protection. We will return their lands and rescue these primitive people in exchange for food and a portion of their older children for new recruits. We must expand our ranks to meet our objectives, which makes every village count. I don't know what is driving the raiders this close to our base of operations, but they have been punishing the surrounding area. Brahmanwood is one of many villages that is now occupied by raiders. The inhabitants that did not escape have been slain or imprisoned. Make no mistake, Initiate, they have killed a fair amount of our brothers. Do not underestimate them. You will take your squad to Brahmanwood, locate and eliminate the leader of the group of raiders. Once he is removed, his followers will surely fall into disarray. You will then use the Brotherhood's superior might and intellect to butcher the remaining criminals. This is a standard assault mission, so consult the map in your Pip-Boy for the latest intelligence on the area. One more thing, warrior. You must ensure that the village elder survives. He is the key to our plans for this town. According to the local tribal custom, he alone deals with outsiders. Without him, we can have no agreement with the rest of the tribe. Dismiss!
I'm guessing this is me. Your insertion point. The red circles outline enemy activity. The blue circle indicates additional information. The kennels will likely be replaced by raider-trained war dogs. These war dogs have been known to be used as an early warning system, so don't go that way. Occupied by enemy forces, it serves as the first line of defense for the raiders. It serves as the first line of defense for the raiders, you scumbag! Main door bars your entry to the encampment. So we're going to go in and we're going to go right. Raiders have taken over this building and are using it as a guardhouse. Reconnaissance reported this building as a tool shed.